We're here at Supanova interviewing Bonetti, and I'm going to be asking the interviewer, and I'm going to be interviewing the interviewer.
The shoe's on the other foot because I'm used to opening and now it's Elwood's turn. So yeah, go for it and we'll see how we go.
So you've done a lot of interviews, but we were wondering if there's any tips or advice you could give to the students of PYFA to help us improve our interviewing techniques.
Well, first of all, find a good film crew. There you go, there's a tip for Ian and Elwood there, so thank you very much for that. So that's number one, but also number two, just be yourself and show some personality, because if you're interviewing a certain talent and you're boring, you know, it's like it's not going to cut through to the audience as much. So try and make it as natural as possible, really. So again, they've had success in their careers, but they're just another person. So treat them as another person, but obviously, you know, as a special guest at the same time. So natural as possible.
So out of all of the people you've interviewed at Supanova, who has been your favourite to interview and why?
There's been a lot of favourites. I've had the privilege of interviewing a lot of talent, but one of my favourite moments would have to be probably Biff from Back to the Future.
All right, yeah.
So because there was actually a moment where I'm interviewing, I basically start off and it's been me showing the personality. I've gone, hello, anybody or me? And he's grabbed me, basically give me the McFly moment himself. So that's one of my favourite moments. So.
That is great.
Yeah, so I've tried to have a lot of fun with interviews, but that's still on YouTube. So have a look at that start of that. So, and also during that interview, I got to, you know, ask him something. I sort of gave him the heads up. I'm going to try and ask you something that you haven't been asked before. He said, good luck with that. I asked him a question that he had never been asked before.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So yeah, I was pretty proud of that moment as well.
Wow. So our third and final question, if you could interview anybody at Supanova, dead or alive, who would it be?
There's again, as soon as I see the talent list come up, I was like, I'd love to interview that person. But the person, this is going to be an obscure one for the people watching there, because again, I'll try and get involved with the interviews as much as possible. But probably about 4 or 5 years ago, probably possibly longer, we had Patricia Quinn from the Rocky Horror Picture Show come. And I'd love to interview her because I can do a pretty good, it's astounding. Time is fleeting. I'd love to do that part with her where she can come in and go, you know, not for very much longer. So, but I think she was a very nice lady when I met her, but didn't get the chance to interview her when I met her. So I'd love the chance to sit down and have a chat with her about her career and talk about Rocky Horror Picture Show more.
That's great. Well, that's all we have time for today, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Elwood.
Pleasure. PYFA TV. We're here with Bonetti interviewing the interviewer. Thank you.
Shoes on the other foot for once.